Hello, folks. This is Pete Guitar Martin here, and I'm going to get behind the drum set. You know, you might be wondering, well, you're Pete Guitar Martin. Why are you teaching some drums? I did actually start out on the drums, was my first instrument. I don't claim to be a pro drum player, but my musician buddies tell me that I'm pretty good at transcribing parts and listening and hearing what's actually going on, regardless of what the instrument is. So what I'm going to do here today is just the intro part, the part leading up to where the vocals enter, for the song Good Times, Bad Times, which was off of Led Zeppelin's first album. So this is an iconic drum intro, and unlike my intro to Walk This Way, I did actually spend a little bit of more time practicing the drum parts, so maybe I can play them a little better than I played that, but at least I'm going to explain to you what I hear happening, and I'd love to hear your feedback about whether you hear something different or not. So the beginning of this song, the bass, the drums, and the guitar start together with this figure here. It's just 2/8 notes, I believe, and I think there's probably a bass drum, a floor tom, and a snare here. I know there's at least the snare and the floor tom, and it's just, you know, I think of it as the figure do dot, which helps me with the articulation and the exact placement of those notes. Do dot, you know, it's one and, but is it really precisely halfway between beats 1 and beats 2? I'm not sure, but this is what I hear. And you're going to want to dampen that floor tom with your right hand. And so it's probably because John Bonham's old school, keeping time with the hi-hat. He's probably hitting that hi-hat too, like this. Okay? So that was the hi-hat, the bass drum, the snare drum, and the floor tom all together, and I muted with my fingers the floor tom. Okay? Then after that, what I hear is a hi-hat only initially, and it is not being hit with the sticks. So it's this. Now that's kind of hard to execute without hearing, you know, the splash opening, but he does it. It's okay, and then, you know, so it's and it keeps doing that. Now then there's a part that goes like this. Now what I'm using here is I've actually got, because that's all I have is this plastic cowbell, but I'm muting it. I'm pretty sure on the studio recording that's a separate tracked, or someone else is playing it. I don't think he's playing it at the same time. Maybe he is. If he is, it's a really tight and taped cowbell. You know, I'm muting it with my hands, and you're hitting it with the tip of the stick. Now I think you can also play it very effectively on the bell of the hi-hat. I don't think that's where he's playing it, or if he is, it's being doubled with the cowbell. And you hear the cowbell continuing on even with the beat of the song. So I'm pretty sure that that's either someone else playing that cowbell. You know, back then I think they still had only 4 or 8 tracks to deal with in the studio. I could be wrong. So, you know, I don't know how, you know, and that they would often put on one track numerous different parts. You know, they put a percussion part on the vocal track, you know, in a place where he wasn't singing, you see. So anyway, so let me see if I can start this out from the beginning without playing along with the record. So it goes like. Now, even though we have this, the hi-hat's still doing 1/8 notes there. Switches from quarter notes to 1/8 notes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and I think it actually stops in between. So it's like. so there's like anyway, there's a little bit of you don't play every single eighth note with the hi-hat because you're leaving space for the still. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. I think it leaves out one hi-hat close in there. I might want to listen to that again, but then so if I do the cowbell part on the hi-hat, it's like this. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Which leads into that part. So what I clearly hear is he's hitting, now I think he's hitting a tom-tom and they're just tuned lower than these are. So sometimes I'm hitting the floor tom when maybe he's hitting a tom-tom. These are tuned close together, and they're probably both turned higher than the toms that John Bonham used. So, but what I'm hitting is the floor tom. It may be a tom on your set that gets this pitch. And then I'm doing a little bit of a buzz roll. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. But with the first hit, I'm doing a little bit of a buzz roll. And what I'm hearing is boom. So it's boom. And then I hear and then 16th note triplets from there. And there might be another buzz in there. I throw I think 2 buzzes in here the way I'm playing it. It's really hard to hear. And then when he goes to the tom-toms, at least on my machine, which is my cell phone today, I'm hearing a lot of muddiness on the tom-toms. But I'm pretty sure he switched to sixlets or 30-second note triplets, if you want to call them that. It's like a triplet every half a beat. So I'm hearing, which is, and I didn't execute that right, so I'm going to slow it down. Now here I switch to the triplets. And there's a whole triplet on the snare drum before you even hit the tom. It's and a da-da-da. And a triplet. Da-da-da-da-da. Now, does he do? It's the same rhythm. It's just how many, which toms did I do double hits on? I think what he's doing is he's doing 16th note triplets, but he's only hitting each tom once or twice in that thing. But there's a da triplet on the snare before we even hit the tom. That I hear for sure. So, shoot. See that? To me, I'm counting this like triplet. Wrong because I hit the lid on the tom. It doesn't do that. It's the whole triplet on the snare. Triplet, and. So that whole fill, to me, I'm hearing this. Shoot. Let me slow it down a little bit. It's like it speeds up. This is a 16th note triplet. And triplet and. hitting the rim shot and the drum at the same time. Again, I'm not a real drummer, this wouldn't be so hard for me, right? But I'm pretty sure those parts are accurate. So it's like this. No, wait. Shoot. Well, I think you can hear how to play it, even if I can't execute it up to speed. And so, you know, you could have somebody else in your band doing this. On a cowbell, or you can do it here. I mean, you could try to do it with two hands, or you could just do this, you know, you could go, you know. They got to keep those eighths. Okay, so I'm hitting the bell of the hi-hat there. I think on the recording, actually, there is this and the cowbell going at the same time sometimes. I think he's doing both sometimes, but maybe there's no bell of the hi-hat, but it works pretty well if you can, you know, keep the sound from in between, you know. Twice in here, I'm accidentally hitting the tip of my stick on the hi-hat, and you hear, which we don't want to hear. We want to hear. That's what we want to hear, except we don't want to hear me hitting the crash cymbal by accident. Okay, I hope that helps you. I hope you had fun with that. Pete Guitar Martin, this is my second drum video. The first one was the introduction to Walk This Way, and I think I got the feel a little bit not correct on the bass drum. It isn't exactly, you know that was anyway, maybe I should cut it there because I haven't re-rehearsed that. But the timing on that. Tap, boom, tap, tap, boom, boom, tap. That's the way the bass drum is played on that song, and it's a little bit off even in my instructional video. So, at any rate, please subscribe, please. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and also make any comments or suggestions. Would love to hear from you. I don't read the comments and suggestions every day, but I do read them multiple times a week, and I respond to everyone's comment. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.